sure he's on. Make sure your robot's on. We're not doing this again. You tricked me once. We're not doing this again. Go turn your robot on. If you want to play with your robot, you gotta turn the robot on. I love how I've started our stream, but I'm having to do this. I'm having to do this first.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Today's just the day that he wants attention. That's all.
It's not even so much of that. It's just like cause like his brother's robot that he is essentially inherited. Has an app that works with it, and if you go away from the app, especially with this phone because it's my old phone. Okay. I am sorry. I just started the stream. I know. I will be right back. I'm almost back. Don't worry. Alright, while I'm trying to fix his tablet, I'll go ahead and do our intro stuff. Hi, I'm Serial Star.
I'm Will.
And yeah, we're doing the thing that we do. Typically we do it on Mondays. There have been some issues
Yep.
recently.
We can call this our New Year's
What
Eve.
in the world is
Right
wrong with this tablet?
there.
It's like flipping out.
And the tablet decides to crash.
It's just like just acting so stupid for some reason.
Are we at the point of just turn it off, turn it back on again, and hope for the best?
I already tried. That. It's still doing the same thing. Essentially, it was like we're having trouble connecting to the network, and then it started being like, oh, so we've connected to the network, now we can't seem to connect to Amazon Kids, and I'm just like, then don't connect to Amazon Kids. We can just go around that. Why do you have to connect to Amazon Kids?
The tablet knows it's a child's tablet. It knows that it needs to connect to certain things, and it's freaking out. It can't perform. The tablet's sitting there going, I'm trying to connect. And you're just looking at it like, did I ask you to connect? Did I ask for this part of your service? No. This part is not needed for today.
Okay. I got one thing situated. Let's see if it... Yeah, I'm gonna talk to my ex about this because it wasn't letting me use my account because it's set up through my ex's. Oh my freaking lord! Oh, Amazon, I appreciate you being super cautious, and I want to throw this tablet away.
The tablet's dead to you now.
Like, oh my god. Okay, let me see if I can connect to my account. If I can connect to my account, I can at least give them balloons. I've got that. Thing that's really stupid is like, the reason why it won't connect to my account is because it's like, you need a pin. Okay, well let me create a freaking pin. She's like, no, we can't let you connect. We can't let you create a pin. Why would we let you do that? But we need you to put in a pin. Oh lord. Okay, I might have
It's one of
managed
those
to get it.
situations where you sit there and go, gotta get on your computer to create a pin for your Amazon thing, to have a pin to input on the tablet. All the steps
Alright,
they will make you go through.
I think I might have it now. He's not going to be super happy because he won't be able to access some of the things that he had. But we'll have... I don't want Amazon. Oh my...
Is it actually saying you want Amazon Prime? That's what you're saying, right?
I don't know what it's trying to do right now. It's just not working. That's what it's doing. Whatever it's
Yeah,
trying to do, it's not doing.
I was gonna say, man, at this point, it's one of those moments of, yeah, this feature on the tablet just ain't gonna work today.
So essentially, oh my lord. I don't know.
That's it. It just ain't gonna work today.
So yeah, basically the thing that's going on with him, he was not actually pretending. He was not actually faking. I finally got him to actually say what was going on. And essentially what it is all the people shooting fireworks and stuff has gotten him a little, like, he doesn't know what's going on. You know? Because he's not actually seeing the fireworks, he's just hearing the booms, right?
Yeah.
And it was causing him some issues. So right now I've got him watching Disney Plus and yeah, he seems to be good.
Yeah. Have him distracted because at this point, I assume that the fireworks will get louder at midnight, but he should be well asleep by then.
Okay, I am trying to figure out if this tiredness meter is if it being low is good or if it's bad. So I'm about to.
You're about to find out.
He's going to rest. Alright, so anyways, yeah. Yeah, this is what we call this the Geek View because, it's like the view only for geeks. Okay, so yeah, you want the tiredness bar to be empty. So I could have actually had him train this week.
Gotcha.
And you want the fullness bar to be full. So he's actually real fine right now. Anyways. So yeah, this is what we call the Geek View, where I play a random game while Will and I discuss random topics that are interesting to geeks. Yep. And lately, I had been wanting to talk about Skeleton Crew most of the time.
Yeah.
But this past week, the Doctor Who, yeah, I couldn't get it to work, bud. I was having trouble getting it to work. I'll figure it out. I'll probably have to reset it, honestly. Like, do a hard reset. So, this past week, the Doctor Who Christmas special happened. And, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, Skeleton Crew, I'm not gonna say I haven't been enjoying it, because I still have been enjoying it to a certain degree. But when we first talked about it, like when I was kind of putting my ratings up there, Acolyte was at the bottom of my ratings list. Even though I
Yeah.
did like
Yeah.
Acolyte, like, don't get me wrong, I liked Acolyte. It had really cool
Yeah, but
fights,
you
but
just compare it with everything else.
yeah, when
And
you
I'm
compare
not
it
gonna
to
say
all of the other Disney Plus Star Wars shows, it was just at the bottom, right?
yes.
Um,
Yeah. Is this your new
and
bottom?
Skeleton Crew
Is
started
gonna be your
off
new bottom?
Skeleton Crew started off a little bit better than what I feel the Acolyte started off as. But unlike
Okay.
the Acolyte, Skeleton Crew has kind of maintained a status quo, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas the Acolyte had like some like really cool moments. And with
Okay.
Skeleton Crew, there have not really been any really cool moments. You know? So it's just like um
I was gonna say it's already
oh,
been through the middle
that's
of the
weird.
season at this point, right? So there was nothing interesting happening in the middle
I mean,
of
that's
the
the
actual
thing. It's
season.
like, yeah, there are interesting things that happen and whatnot, and apparently my controller is being weird. What is my controller doing right now? It's like making noises, but I'm not doing anything. I'm using the PlayStation 2, an actual legitimate PlayStation 2. I'm not using a I'm not using a emulator today, like I've been using for my Suikoden games. So I'm using a legit PlayStation 2 and a legit PlayStation 2 controller from GameStop. And
I was gonna say it's probably just the fact that that controller hasn't been used in a while that is making that.
yeah, but like it's doing something. It's not messing me up exactly.
Hey, at least it's not a sticky controller where it just sticks to
It's
one
just
side.
yeah, it's just making some random noises. I don't know what's going on with it.
The rumble packs, that stuff.
But anyways,
That's probably what it is.
yeah, like essentially it's still good. It's just the story itself is decent. You know, like don't get me
Gotcha.
wrong there.
Yeah, like I said, when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, it's a family-oriented Star Wars show. I'm not expecting anything groundbreaking.
Oh,
I'm not expecting, I'm just expecting something simple, easy. Watch with your little children.
I need to go get some milk for my little child.
All right.
So yeah, it's like the story is decent. It's just
Yeah,
it's not like epic or anything. But I
yeah.
mean,
I
it's a
wasn't really
solid
expecting it to
story.
be. Yeah,
It does have
yeah,
some interesting stuff, like interesting
but yeah,
things that make that adding to the world.
like I say, all I'm expecting from this show is a few interesting lure drops, and that's it. I'm not expecting any climactic cameos or anything of that kind of nature, or any, you know, big upcoming child star to come out of this.
Like, but yeah, like I said, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's about the same level as it was when I first started watching it.
yeah. It hasn't rose. It's not a roller coaster ride. It is a new level, right?
So I guess we'll go ahead and start today with talking about Skeleton Crew because
Got you.
I don't really feel like it's going to be something that we talk about overwhelmingly today. I definitely feel that the Doctor Who special is something that we can probably take up a few hours with if we wanted to.
Okay.
So, last episode we talked about, I think it was episode 3.
I think so.
So, today, episode 6 is coming out. I have not watched episode 6 yet. Episode 6 might be a game changer. Who knows? So, I am currently talking about episodes 4 and 5 at the moment. And episodes 4 and 5, they were solid episodes. Okay, like they were solid.
Okay.
But it's almost like
what is that happening 4 and 5? Like,
it's just like that whole thing of like they're solid, but it's like it's not. They're not like epic. So in episode 3, if you remember, they managed to get the coordinates to Atten, right?
yes.
So
Yes,
let's
I
go
remember
ahead
you told me that.
and throw a spoiler warning right here. Right, you know, just since we just did a spoiler, might as well do a spoiler warning, just, you know, in case someone heard that spoiler and didn't quite know if it was going to be spoiler warnings.
I kind of guessed the title of the today's Geek would have told them, hey, we're discussing this topic.
Well, considering the fact that every other time that we talk about stuff, we do spoiler, we say spoiler warning, you know?
Fair enough.
Like, people
enough.
should kind of get it by now that we are going to be going in full detail about a lot of stuff. So, episode 3, they got the coordinates for Atten, at least they think they did.
Gotcha.
So, essentially going into episode 4, you're expecting that obviously, you know, something's gonna go wrong, right?
I'm expecting either A, they get to a place that's not at Atten, or they get to a place that's a trap made by somebody else.
Yeah, that's pretty much, you know, 2 top tier guesses, and one of those guesses is correct. They get to a place that's not at Atten.
Yeah.
They get to a place that it's a war-torn world. They're in a civil war. But there
Okay.
are a lot of similarities to Atten, but it's like a post-apocalyptic Atten.
Okay, that sounds like it could be interesting.
And like I said, it's solid because like it's solid groundwork for something that's coming up, right?
Okay.
And so they go exploring and they find this statue of the founder of this place. And then they get attacked by some people, and they get saved by a couple of kids, you know, that look pretty close to their age.
All right.
And they go to a place, and that's when they find out that this world has been in a civil war for a really long time. And it's so bad that basically the side that they're with at the moment has actually been training their children to be warriors.
Okay, we got to the point of child soldiers in the war.
So, they're told, okay, well, obviously, if you're gonna stick around, you have to, you know, prove your worth. So you're gonna be starting soldier training tomorrow. So
Okay.
they go through some soldier training, and like this is when this episode right here, because like the first 3 episodes has been very like, you know, yes, they're kids, but it's like they're really trying to pretend, or they're really trying to like act like they're not children for the most part. And in this episode, this is like the first time that you actually see them kind of acting like children, because it's like they're in a training course, so they have now learned how to use weapons.
Okay.
And they've had some target practice. Neil, who is the elephant race, I forget what they're called right now, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He kind of doesn't want to do that stuff. He's kind of pacifist or cowardly, depending on who you ask. If you ask him, he probably would say cowardly. If you ask someone else, the reason why he doesn't want to fight makes him come off as a pacifist.
Okay. This simple thing of don't want to hurt nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he definitely believes that he's a coward because of that. And that's fair, but because of what he says, it actually makes the girl that is essentially the future leader of this place, of this particular side, it makes her like really respect him. And honestly, like the two of them have some chemistry, you know.
Okay.
So essentially that's like one of those things that might come back up later, but who's to say right now?
I was gonna say they literally kids. It's one of those things of they could explore this. Star Wars have done other things like that, or they could just leave it alone and go, all right, this is for another plot line 10 years later.
Yeah, exactly. So like so basically so they're going through all this training and stuff, right? And then they ordered Jod to stay on the ship, and they told 33 to babysit him.
Okay.
And then 33 actually knew what planet they're on, and Jod started questioning him about stuff. And this is the first moment that you actually start to realize something about 33. Every single time that someone mentions Atman, he always says Atman. Never heard nothing but, or don't know anything about no Atman or something to that degree, right? But it's always the exact same phrase every single time.
It's a program phrase because he is a droid. It's a program phrase that he has to say.
Yeah, exactly. He has been programmed to say that phrase anytime that Atman comes up.
Yes.
So yeah, like anyways, John starts talking to him, and gets him to realizes that he knows what planet they're on, and he goes out trying to figure out, does he actually know anything? Yes, I did forget what I had to do because I was talking. Push left stick, D-pad, and... Okay. There we go. I was apparently supposed to be, like, paying attention. What do you want me to do, bud? What you need, bud? Huh? What do you want me to do? You want the robot? Dude, I can't see you. I'm supposed to stand behind you. You want the robot? Did you have a nosebleed? Or is that child? Sorry, folks. I being distracted, being a dad. Wanted to watch something, you just didn't know where it was. There you go. Let me know if you need me for anything. Apparently he was done watching Spidey and Friends. He wanted to watch PJ Masks.
Okay.
Alright, so
when
yeah.
You were saying all of that.
So,
it reminded me of the old daddy daycare scene of this chocolate or is this food? It's this chocolate. Oh god.
Well, he gets nosebleeds sometimes, and he had like a bunch of brown on his face, and it looked like it may have come from his nose. So I was concerned that he had a nosebleed, and he didn't know if I needed to clean him out real quick, or if it was something that could wait until we were done.
Yeah, I understand completely. But that's what the scene reminded me of when you were talking. I'm just like, that's what my brain went like.
So yeah, anyway, so Jod finds out that 33 knows the planet that they're on.
Gotcha.
And is like walking him out. He's like walking him out to get a closer look and to talk to him about stuff. And that's when they get kind of ambushed by the other army.
Okay.
And
the other side gets them.
So at this point, you may be thinking this episode's starting to get really good, right? And it seems like a really good point to like have like a climactic, cliffhanger, right?
They actually split the party. It seems like a good point.
So next thing you know, the kids are now told that they have to go prove their worth by actually going and taking back the horses that were taken from them a while ago. Or cattle, some sort of livestock.
Gotcha.
So they're basically this is like their mission to prove that they're good enough to be able to do something. To go to the stuff. Go to the tower that they've been told that they can go to if they prove that they are able to do something like that, right?
Now there's a tower. Okay.
And so they start going towards the place, and then something comes from the mist, and oh look, it's Jod. And then he apparently has the livestock, and everything is settled. He trades the livestock for the children. So quite literally, they built up this huge thing that could have been an interesting thing, and then shells didn't do anything with it at all. So you can see why I have let Skeleton Crew go to the bottom of my list of Disney Plus Star Wars shows.
Honestly, from the way it was sounding, I was like, yeah, this was that comical situation of, this was going to be the point of, this could get super dark and effed up, or it could be hilariously funny.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to go with?
And I figured that they would go with like, funny. I figured they would go with like hilariously funny, do some things, right? They chose not to do anything with it. They chose to settle everything off screen. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to actually, have the kids in an actual, real fight until the end of the series. And even then, I'm expecting the kids to be running and screaming and not actually shooting.
But yeah, so...
Yeah, if it's a family-oriented...
Yeah. They go into the building.
Uh-huh.
Which they liken to the Overseer's Tower from their home.
Probably because it may be one, sure.
They go into it, and they find that this place has the star coordinates for all of the places that, like all of those places that are supposed to have been, disappeared, lost in time, and all that jazz, right?
Okay.
Except one has the star coordinates destroyed.
Okay.
And you find out that 33 did that. Fern does a clever thing and figures out how to get 33 to answer, to talk about Atten. That's when you find out that the last captain put a booby trap in 33, that if anyone managed to be clever and talk about Atten and get him to talk about Atten, that he should rip their limbs off.
Oh, the good old safety measure of, okay, I'm gonna put this in you, and one day when someone tries to hack you, you murder them. You murder them dead.
Oh yeah. Robot tries to kill them. Neil manages to distract the robot long enough for Jod to hit the off switch.
Okay.
So Neil's brave. Go Neil. Right?
Alright.
And then next episode, they wake him up and he's come back to normal, come back to the whole thing of, you're my captain now. So those orders are no longer valid. I will not try to kill you guys. But I do not, my memory of where Atten was is gone. The only place that it might be now is in Captain Roden's secret lair. So okay, well, take us there. Alright, we go there. The planet where Captain Roden, the Dread Pirate, put his stuff has now been converted into a spa planet.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a spa planet now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they get into the spa planet and they manage to kind of manipulate their way in, despite the fact that the spa planet says no kids.
Isn't that a giant red flag when you sit there and go, all of us, except for the one person that we're literally holding hostage is a kid. What is
yeah.
happening?
So they go in there. Jod comes up with a plan because he's a scoundrel who has like 30,000 identities. And unfortunately, when he's getting a room, one of the people recognizes him as one of those identities.
Yep. All right. I see what's happening. Yeah.
So now they have to kind of move fast, or else the pirates are going to come and kill them, right?
Yes.
So they start looking for the place. Eventually, he gets recognized by one of the guards for who he is.
Yeah.
And they get chased. They befriend a giant squid alien being.
Okay.
Or at least Fern and Wim befriend a giant squid alien being. Seemed like a really nice guy. He really likes stories.
Yeah.
He really likes stories. That's how they befriended him.
Okay. I can only imagine
So
them just telling him what happened to them, since they left their planet.
That's essentially what they were saying. That's essentially what they told him. They started going through their whole story. So it's like essentially they need help at first, and they send 33 to go find Jod and the others because they need help because this looks like a bad situation. And then when 33, Jod and the others show up, they're just sitting there talking to the guy, and he's like, "This is a great story. I can't wait to know how it ends. You'll have to tell me sometime."
Yeah.
So anyways, they go into a booby-trapped place, which you find out that it's a booby-trapped place. But they only really have to navigate 2 of the booby traps that you get to see on screen.
Of course.
Because why would we want to see any of that really interesting stuff? You see why I'm putting this down below Acolyte now, right?
Oh, like I said, I wasn't expecting much because, again, kid actors.
Yeah, I get that.
A bunch of kid actors.
I get that, but it's like literally all of the things that could be really cool. Because like they could have done a space Indiana Jones thing here.
Again, not everybody's gonna be the level of Percy Jackson. Not everyone's gonna be up to that portion.
But either way, they don't really do anything. They get through one trap kind of by accident because it's a laser that decapitates people who go into the area.
Hey, sure.
So God and 33 managed to dodge it just in time, and then the kids are too short. So it goes right over their heads. And then the second trap that they deal with is a pool of acid that has a riddle.
Okay.
And essentially, the riddle is you have to give up the most or something valuable in order to continue. And the kids are like, so a life? Someone has to sacrifice themselves? And then Jod's like, no, he's a pirate. They take lives all the time. It's like, no. Life is not precious. What's precious to a pirate? Treasure. It's a good thing I still have one bit of treasure left. And they do that, and then they open up a place that's basically One-Eyed Willie's treasure hold. And you do get to see. Yeah, you do get to see one more trap. They're not in the trap. They don't have to deal with the trap, but you get to see this one other trap that is an a reverse gravity thing.
Okay.
And essentially, if you fall into it, it sends you up into a pit of spikes. And the person who actually comes across it also does not fall into it until he gets shot by the pirates who are after Jod. And
Okay.
then they get into the treasure room, and Jod says, "Don't touch anything, because it's probably booby traps. So look for something that seems out of place." What about this piece? This really nice-looking roast ham? You know, sitting here, surrounded by all this decayed food.
Oh yes, that's right. The fact of okay, you set up this trap so long ago that yeah, you never came back. So yeah, one fake piece of food is still gonna be fake. It's still there. Everything else is everything else.
So yeah, they get the coordinates for Atten, and mysteriously, the Captain Rodin, or whatever his name is, when they do the holographic captain log thing, mysteriously you can't see what he looks like.
Of course.
And so, you know, obviously that means that he's essentially someone that we probably have already met.
I would say, you know what? My bet already is literally one of the parents.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be like Fern's mom. Or something. It can't be Fern's mom because it is a guy. But technically speaking, we are talking about Star Wars universe. We did see Princess Leia use a voice modulator that caused everyone to believe that she was a guy. So, you know.
Yeah, like I said, I believe it's gonna be one of the parents, or the other unlikely one is one of the people that are actually in charge of the actual place, and the pirate killed them and just took their place.
The biggest problem is just the fact that none of the higher ups have been revealed.
Yep.
At all. So it's like
that's what
one
makes
of
it
those
so
things
easy.
where it's just like, why would you hide it from us? It could just be a reveal later. Like you could show it to us right now, and then like next episode, show the person, the administrator or the overseer, and that the overseer is that person, and you're just like, oh my god. But no, we're not gonna get that. It's just gonna be like, we know it's somebody.
Oh no, I already can tell you what's gonna happen. It's gonna be that moment where they all come back at the last episode of the season, and they walk up, meet their parents, and then right behind their parents, or one of their parents, it's gonna be that dude. That's what I'm thinking. That's what they're gonna try to leave as their cliffhanger for the end of the season.
Yeah, that's probably it. But either way, it's just like, so, and then I suppose you could call it a twist for the episode. So I don't know if I
Okay.
mentioned this, but Jod is a pirate, right? We know that.
Uh-huh.
He's a pirate that's
Yeah.
being chased after by tons of other pirates because, he's pirated so much that everyone hates him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, without fail, every single episode after Jod has been introduced, which literally means every episode except for episode 1,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Okay.
Somebody in the episode, without fail, tells the kids, don't trust that man. Right?
Yes.
Well, Jod, we find out why Atten is so special, by the way.
Okay.
Essentially, Atten is a mint planet. They make the Republic credits.
Okay. All right. I was sitting here thinking about this, going, what would this be important enough to hide?
Yeah.
And hide that well, like.
Yeah,
And
they
one of my
make
thoughts was
the
a bank.
Republic planet. Yeah, they make all the Republic credits. So, yeah.
It is one of those things. You sit there and go, oh, you're one of the Fort Knox planets.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
it's literal.
So,
You actually do spread the money.
so they find that out, and then Jod's like, 33. I challenge the captain. Challenge the captain for the right of captain.
Uh-huh.
And apparently that's just part of the pirate code. If a person challenges a captain to the right for captain.
Yep.
So it's just like one of those things of just like, oh look, he's betrayed you. Who could have seen that coming?
I was gonna say he did that already. Like, didn't you tell me before episode 3 he did that once already?
Well, like he
Literally had them at gunpoint.
that's the thing. He hasn't actually betrayed them yet because they have always been his cash cow. His plan was essentially he was going to get them home and then demand a reward.
Uh-huh.
That's been his plan. And now that he knows that Atten doesn't just have treasure, it makes the treasure. He has now decided that the better option is to, take control, have the robot be his robot, because the robot follows whoever's captain.
Yeah.
And,
go to the planet with hostages.
Exactly.
Yeah. Again,
So,
I'm kind of like, this was obvious from the time that you told me that he destroyed the thing. That if the kids were to look at it, he's like, can't let the kids see this.
Exactly. Like it's not really like a huge shock, right?
I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh no, he betrayed you in front of your face.
It's sort of that moment from like Firefly when Wash is playing with the dinosaurs. Curse your sudden yet inevitable betrayal. It's just like that's not what I said. I only have one. Oh, crud. I praised the monster because I thought I could do 2 things. Apparently, I can only do 1 action each week right now. I needed to feed the monster. I needed to feed him. Well, I guess I'm gonna let him rest because I'm not gonna make him work on a empty stomach. But yeah, so like I said, it's one of those things of just like, you know, it's not surprising at all. You
Yeah,
know,
I wasn't really expecting surprises, especially from this show.
but at the same time, you know, like I said, it's still pretty much okay,
Yeah.
but it's not like all of the things that they do off screen really make it to where it's a little frustrating that like all of the cool stuff is happening off screen, you know? So like that's
Again,
my
I
main
understand.
that's
I
my
understand
main
why. I can
yeah, I mean
understand
it,
why.
you know, we got the you know, kids and whatnot, I get it, but it's like
It acted. Yeah.
because basically because of that it's made it to where I cannot in good conscience put it above Acolyte anymore. It has dropped way below Acolyte. And so it is now my lowest.
All right.
So now on to the thing that I'm actually happy about. It's Doctor Who.
All
Like
right.
Doctor Who, like it wasn't the best Christmas special or anything,
Uh-huh.
but it was a pretty good Christmas special, you know?
From what I heard, people talking about it, it was decent.
So
It was
like
somewhere in the middle of the Christmas specials for the least the new Who's, you know, I guess the stuff from 2005 onward is
yeah.
somewhere in the middle. Not at the bottom, not at the top.
So yeah, like I said, it was a pretty good one. I enjoyed it. There were times when I cried, you know.
All right. Like you do.
Yeah. I mean like if it's so many Christmas specials. I still can't go find a place to buy some. I'm almost out of food. Okay, am I just like missing something?
You
Oh,
probably
okay,
are.
I see. The reason is because the guy comes back to give you stuff right now. We haven't unlocked the ability to go purchase our own food. Okay. I guess that's okay then. So anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, now we're on to Doctor Who. So spoilers for Doctor Who Christmas special. Got a message from someone. Who's texting me right now? So my mom just randomly sent to the family group chat just looks like a birthday emoji, but I'm sure she's going for like New Year's celebration emoji, but it's like 8 o'clock. Even for
Yeah.
older people, that's a little early to send that.
That was one of those moments of they sent it and went, I'm not making it to midnight. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, that's
Happy New Year,
fair.
everybody.
I thought she would at least wait until my dad got home, though, because he's on a gig that's not lasting till midnight for once. So, anyways, Doctor Who special. So, it starts do it with the confusing thing where it's just like, you know, oh, what's the Doctor doing? And like he's like popping up in random places, and you know, he has a tray that's got a like pumpkin spice latte or something, and a ham and cheese toasty,
Okay.
and Alright, my dog was locked out of the room and was complaining about it.
Gotcha.
apparently my son wants the door closed, so I hope she got in. Yeah, she's behind me. Oh. So yeah, he's like popping up in like random locations. He'll like open the door, ask, say, did anyone order this? And when the people look at him confused, he's like, nope, wrong room, and then backs away. And then when they go to investigate the thing that he just came through, they find that it's a door that's always locked. So what? How is that a thing? Why is this door always locked? That type of thing. And then it gets to this. Gotcha. Then you get to meet Joy, who's she's just an absolute sweetheart.
Okay.
And she's going to a hotel for Christmas, and just staying there for the night.
All right.
And then someone comes through the door, and it's one of those reptile people. I forget what they're called, but like the Earthling reptilian race.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say, I think they're called the Savine. In this one.
Maybe, I think it does start with an S. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a bunch of reptile people in Doctor Who. There's the reptile people from Mars. There's the reptile people from this and that place. Then the reptile people from Earth. Who live underneath the earth.
So Simeon.
Simians.
Yeah. So yeah, he was a Simeon. A Simeon came into her room.
Okay.
And he has a briefcase, handcuffed to him.
All right.
And the doctor comes in with the tray, and then he gets very interested in the person with the briefcase attached to him. And then it does the Doctor Who intro, and then it goes to the beginning of the actual episode, where the Doctor comes out of his TARDIS holding 2 cups in some luxury hotel, goes to the breakfast bar, and like starts getting some stuff, and then one of the people that works for the place is like, hey, you're not a guest. Then he's just like, that's right, I'm not. Like, I bring my own room, but but I had it set to find some fresh milk, some fresh warm milk. And he goes in his TARDIS and he's like, oh, I got dressed. Wonder why I did that. I also picked up my Sonic. I must have seen something interesting. And he goes back out into the lobby, and he sees that there's this person with a briefcase handcuffed to them, and he recruits one of the hotel staff to help him. His hotel staff guy's name is Trey.
Okay.
And he promises he will help the Doctor, and he will not fail the Doctor.
Oh.
He is a good guy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is a crazy episode.
Yeah. Trey dies.
As soon as you start saying this stuff, like, it's a Christmas episode. Dang it, no.
So it's a little strange, because it's like, yes. So getting through some things, I'm gonna say yes and no. Trey and Joy die yes and no. The yes and a no. For all intents and purposes, it's yes.
I was gonna say the only one where I can go comfortably with yes and no is that Christmas episode with what was that version of Dr. Christopher Eccleston, where that day where everyone technically was dead and he used some space.
They weren't dead. They were
There was
saved.
zombies.
They were saved by alien technology, but the alien technology did not understand human physiology. All that had to happen was it had to have the proper physiology uploaded, and everyone was fine. And then he saved everyone from a big bomb. But in this one, it's yes and no, and you'll understand when we get to the end.
Okay, sure.
So, before I go any farther, I feel I would be remiss in not commenting, as I always do, about Shuri Garawa. That man is freaking beautiful. He is so pretty. Like, I have to say that every time I talk about him, because he is just so pretty. Like, it's that whole thing of, like, I thought David Tennant looked good. No, Shuri Garawa.
I hear this from women of the Doctor Who fandom who go, David Tennant was so good looking.
Shuri Garawa is so pretty. He is such a pretty man.
Okay.
Like, I know that you don't find guys attractive or anything, but he is such a pretty man. And despite the fact that I really love Ruby, I am so glad that the two of them are not together, because seriously, that was just unfair. Having Shuri Garawa and I don't remember the actress's name that played Ruby.
I would say most people don't.
What's her name? Millie Gibson.
There we go.
Shuri Garawa and Millie Gibson were so pretty. It was just unfair to watch that show anymore. You know?
Wow. Okay.
Like, it was just unfair to watch that show. It was like two supermodels. And it was like two supermodels with great personalities. You know? Because Shuri Garawa's doctor is also he's like so funny. You know? Like, yeah. One of the reasons why I've been absolutely loving Shuri Garawa's stuff, like Doctor Run, is because his personality is just like wonderful. I love him. And yeah, so I just have to go ahead and make the comment of, you know, he is just such a pretty man. But anyways, getting back to things. So this is when he comes up with the whole thing of pretending to be room service, and he gets the plate of, or he gets the tray that has the pumpkin latte and the ham and cheese toasty. And he just starts going into random rooms. I failed to actually say something about this fancy-looking hotel.
Okay.
This hotel is a temporal hotel. Essentially,
so
every
it's a giant TARDIS.
Every room every door in this hotel goes to
Mhm.
goes to a door in a different time.
Oh, that changes things.
Also, the the kitchen works 30 seconds ahead in time. So, like, before you even order what you're going to order, they've already started fixing it.
Okay. All right. That's convenient.
Yeah.
That's useful. At the same time, I'm sitting here going, wait. So this episode technically has to be in the future, right? Like
Well,
technically in the future,
it
because I'm
takes
like,
place in a lot of different. Yeah, like the hotel itself is in the future, but it
yeah.
like he travels to so many different locations in this one. He travels to so many different locations in this one because like he goes through so many different doors, and after he finally gets to the one door, so the briefcase guy. All right.
Yeah.
The briefcase guy is sort of possessed by the thing inhabiting the briefcase.
The thing in the briefcase possessing someone who's holding the briefcase. Okay.
Yeah, essentially. So basically, whoever's holding the briefcase is constantly trying to find someone who has more access so that the briefcase can get to the right place.
Okay.
So it starts with the person who is going on vacation to the temporal hotel, and then at the temporal hotel it changes hands to the bartender at the hotel.
Okay.
Because the bartender works at the hotel, so has more access than just a patron.
Yeah.
And then
staff number. That's more.
And then poor Trey has more access than the bartender because Trey is one of the people, like one of the hosts of the place, like one of the main staff people.
The person who has to go in and out of these rooms.
Every single time that the briefcase changes hands, the person who had the briefcase last has a few seconds to live before they fade out of existence, burned up by the briefcase's power.
Okay then. Alright. So
yeah.
Burn up. God.
Trey winds up passing off the briefcase to his boss, who has a key to every single door in the entire hotel.
I'll do it.
So poor Trey gets burned up, but his dying plea is that he is still not going to fail the doctor. That will come.
Of course.
That will become important later.
I'm gonna say, of course it is. It's one of those things. This is a Christmas episode. Oh God, he made a friend. Oh no, that's just death.
So, so the doctor finds the place where Joy is. Joy goes to the hotel, gets the room. It's in the room, and then suddenly the hotel, not owner, but like manager, walks through the door, and then of course the doctor comes through the door, and of course the suitcase recognizes that the doctor has more access than anyone, and tries to shake hands with the doctor, but the doctor does not take it, And Joy
Of
is
course.
just getting frustrated about the fact that the doctor and this other person have just barged into her room that she just rented for the day. It is her
Of
room.
course.
And they are
Yes.
not even acting as though she is even there while they're talking. And she
Yeah.
gets frustrated, and eventually she says, I'll just take the suitcase, and then the suitcase attaches to her.
Uh-huh.
This is when you find
Yeah.
out that the suitcase, this is when, of course, the doctor finds out that the suitcase, what's inside the suitcase by opening it.
Yeah.
And finds out, for one, if the suitcase is open, the current wielder of the suitcase has 20 seconds to close it, or they die.
Oh, goodness.
For two, you find out that the suitcase is the home of a starseed. And for three,
Darcy. Okay.
and for three, when the suitcase is closed, it requires a password in order to complete the closing, and you have 15 seconds to enter the password. But this is a time hotel, and the doctor works with time because the doctor is a time lord, so obviously he will have a way to figure out what this passcode is. Therefore, all he has to do is come back to this exact place after he figures out what the password is. So please come in, and the doctor comes in, says what the password is, leaves with Joy in the suitcase, closes the doctor in the room, says you have to go the long way. And then you get to see the doctor experience a year where he has no TARDIS, no access to space, period. And he's just in this room, and he has to figure out how to make money, so he makes a deal with the manager of this hotel, saying that he'll do odd jobs around the place if she lets him rent that room that is now conveniently unoccupied.
So he gets stuck in, I'm guessing, probably somewhere on Earth.
It's like 2025
In,
Earth. Or no, 20, it's 2022, I think, Earth, or 2021, I forget, but because like she was talking about, Joy talked about the fact that because of the rules, she was not allowed to see her mom in person on the last day her mom was alive, because her mom was in the hospital and the rules dictated that she was not allowed to be in, so she had to say goodbye to her mom over iPad. And that's
okay.
That's actually one of the reasons why she kind of punishing herself by not being around anyone on Christmas, because she thinks that she deserves to be punished because she was not around her mom on Christmas because she was following the rules.
Gotcha.
Anyway, you find all that out because the doctor figures out that the connection with the suitcase is a psychic connection. Therefore, the best way to break the psychic connection is to cause the person that has the link with them to have an explosive outrage that would break the connection. So he does that, and he pisses her off, and that's when you find out all that stuff.
Okay.
And it's also when you find out that Joy is just absolutely a treasure.
Okay.
And so they're in this room. It's like a treehouse room, and he finds out that the people who made the starseed are the same people who
Mm-hmm.
made some of the other technology that we saw during his run with Ruby Sunday.
Oh,
The
okay. The
you know,
people
the
who made the
villain people. I forget what the exact name
yes,
is, but it's
yes,
essentially
the ambulance
villain.
people.
Yeah, it's like
Like I said, the ambulance
yeah,
people.
villain.
The murder ambulance. Wait, you sit there and go, wait, this is an ambulance, right? Yes.
So
Okay, what does it help you with? Helps hurry you to death. That's what it does, because it's cheaper. And you're like, oh God, you're
so
supposed to fix people. No,
while the
no.
while the doctor's making this big speech and stuff, um, he gets interrupted when he's in the middle of saying like it would take you 65 million years or something to that extent to birth a star.
Uh-huh.
So you're not gonna be able to get back because human history only blah blah blah, right?
Uh-huh.
And Joy is trying to get his attention, and of course he's in the middle of a speech. Don't interrupt the doctor when he's in the middle of a speech because he's not going to be
Yeah, yeah.
interrupted. He's in the middle of a speech.
He ain't stopping.
So so yeah, he's like in the middle of his speech saying 65 million years. It would take you 65 million years to birth a star. And that's when a T-Rex eats the suitcase.
Oh, really? That was a door open? That was big enough for a T-Rex?
No, they were in this treehouse, and the T-Rex bites half the treehouse off, and that half had the suitcase in it.
So, they were in a treehouse that apparently must have been somewhere
About 65 million years ago.
Yes.
Okay, and Joy like brings that up when they're out. So, anyways, this is when Trey finally manages to get in touch with the doctor through the sonic screwdriver. And,
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and Trey has access because Trey's consciousness is still inside the starseed. So
Okay.
he's able to access all that stuff, and so this is how they find out where to go, what room to go to, and they go there and they find that the starseed has had a religion built upon it and is now sealed inside a shrine. So the doctor goes to a place that he had gone to during one of his when he was trying to find where to go, where he was pretending to be room service. And
Yeah.
he gets a ice climbing rope. Then he goes to the Orient Express, which was another one of the doors.
Oh, the Orient Express.
So like he has attached one side of it to the shrine, one side of the rope to the shrine. Then he goes to the Orient Express,
all right,
throws it out to latch on, so that so as the Orient Express is traveling, the rope is now being pulled. Yeah,
cool.
Opens it up like that, and then while that's going on, Joy opens the case and absorbs the starseed. So when the doctor comes back out, there's a nice heartwarming scene where she actually explains that the starseed is no longer within the control of the company that created it. It's gone beyond that. And
Okay.
as well as all of the other consciousness that were with the starseed, go into the sky and become a new star. And
Okay.
just because Doctor Who has to be corny,
Uh-huh.
the location where they're at when this happens is Bethlehem.
Of course, it's Christmas.
Yeah, because it's Christmas.
Of course.
Because like the whole thing with the hotel is they were having a special Christmas every door. So every single door led to a different year that was, and it's Christmas on that year.
Yeah. Yeah, let me guess. It so happens to be, that place where the star
like I said,
was supposed
Bethlehem,
to be. Yeah.
Shining Star,
Yeah.
right
they want to
over.
make sure you understood what was happening.
Yeah, it was the whole thing, Obviously, there's some inaccuracies on that because as historians,
it's a time traveling show. I spent plenty.
As biblical historians have pointed out, Jesus was not born in the year 1. He was actually born like 15 BC or something like that. But when it did the whole thing, because it has to be corny, it said Bethlehem 001 AD. So, but so like I just ran through the synopsis. Obviously, I did not really touch on a lot of the things because, like I said, the year in the Doctor's life, the Doctor was yelling at himself as he was leaving and locking him in the room, right? And the Doctor had to spend a year working at that hotel, right?
Yes.
During that year, the person that he was around the most was the manager of that hotel, the owner or whatever. I don't know what she was exactly, but she was always there. Her name was Anita. And essentially the two of them formed a really close friendship where... And like one of the things that the Doctor had pointed out is that there are no chairs on the TARDIS because he never has anyone over to just sit and hang out. There are 2 chairs in this hotel room.
Okay.
And after a few weeks, or possibly a couple months, I don't know. It's doing that whole time skipping thing where like it'll do something, it'll show something, and then a little time passes,
Yeah, they only got an hour for an episode, and literally they got to cram a year into the plot.
Yeah, so at one point he asks Anita to sit down with him, and essentially they keep doing this every week where they just have these little hangout sessions. And Anita starts calling them chair nights. And they play games, they talk, they all sorts of stuff, right? So yeah, they get really close, and then with Joy, he actually talks to him and says, does the same thing that most people say to him when they realize exactly how lonely he is. You need to find somebody because you don't need to be lonely.
Oh yes, the famous line that almost anyone that looks at the Doctor for a while and just goes, "You don't do well alone." You know that, right? It's the famous line that's in a lot of episodes of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And the truth is, by now, even he should know this, because it's one of those moments of, okay, we go in your history of you being alone. You don't make the greatest decisions. You really don't. some doctors are better than others. Like, at least you're not David Tennant when he's alone.
Oh my lord,
That's
David Tennant when he's alone.
it's
I'm
terrifying.
Time Lord. Time Lord. What was it again? Time Lord's premise or something?
Victorious.
Victorious.
Time Lord victorious. He's just like, oh wow, you went off the deep end.
Yeah, just that whole thing of like scaring the person that he just saved. You know?
But the person that you just saved literally goes to their house and does that. You're like, yeah, you just told someone that you can defy all logic of nature and everything. And you don't give a F. I'm going to save you whether you like it or not because it's my way or the highway. And you're just like, what the hell? What the hell? So there's no choices? And he literally looks at you and goes, no, only my choices. And you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why did you say it like that? And the other times, you're just like, all right, how are you doing alone this time, Doctor? Oh, before that, technically, I'm going to call it the rat nose incident where he literally genocided the race of beings.
Oh yeah.
And if it wasn't
he completely just like he would have stayed there until he died
Yes.
if it wasn't for Donna.
Donna coming in the last minute. And you just sit there and go, yeah, David Tennant being alone, terrifying. Matt Smith being alone.
Matt Smith being
Also-
alone is a little different though, because Matt Smith didn't want to be alone. Therefore, if you threatened him with being alone... Okay, for some reason my ex is calling.
Alright.
They were just wanting to check on Jude, so... Yeah. He's been
Fair.
with me for like a week now.
Fair enough.
So...
But yeah, Matt Smith, when he like trying to have him alone, I trying to remember when he was alone. Like technically, I guess the most alone he was what the Trenzalore incident
So...
during
Matt
that Christmas
Smith-
special.
Yeah, that was the longest time. Well, he wasn't even really alone there, because he
Well,
like,
I say he formed the army.
he. That's the thing. He didn't
Matt Smith
he didn't
was
actually
alone.
form an army. He defended the place, and he was like friends with everyone in the town. So like,
Yes.
I wouldn't say that he formed an army. It was like literally just him versus everyone. You know? So like
But yeah,
the longest that he was alone was for that stretch of time after the pond. Like before he actually got Clara to be his official companion.
See, that's also the thing. When I'm sitting there, I was thinking about that. I'm like, I can't count that because there was like there was another version of Clara in between that.
Yeah, but
And
if you're
technically
going to,
there's a
if you're
trend.
gonna count the Trenzalore thing as a possible thing, that was still during the same episode. So like, if you're going to count off-screen time alone, you do have to count that because he actually was by himself for a really long time, with the only people that he was even willing to listen to being Madame Estra.
I think so. I forget her name. The
Madame
other Simeon person.
Madame Vastra.
Yeah,
I was close. I was close.
and Mr. and the Sartara.
The potato.
Yeah, the potato. Yes, yes, we understand. And then you got good old Peter Capaldi, which gets back to, oh God, don't let him be alone.
Do not
First
let him
time,
be
what
alone.
happened?
Do not
What
let that
happened?
one be
He decided,
alone. There is a
he decided to let
reason.
it go to the furthest ends of time, take over his own planet,
I mean, it was
use
just
his
like,
own planet.
it was so funny. It was just like, it was so funny. It was just like that whole thing of like one time when they went to when they were being introduced, it's like, I'm the doctor, or I'm the doctor, and this is Clara. She's my what do you call it? I'm Miss Kara. That's right. She cares, so I don't have to.
But yeah, you sit there and go, all right, yeah, Peter Capaldi, alone for a little bit, and technically, I'm not, yeah, it's a little bit, because technically he didn't actually know that he was alone for that long. But since he died
hold on.
multiple billions of times in between that time period.
Guess what? Guess what? We've gotten to the part.
What?
We've gotten to the part where we're gonna be able to get another monster.
All right.
But yeah, the doctor being alone, it's dangerous for different reasons based upon which doctor.
And then even Peter Capaldi, the next time he's alone, he's literally thinking about just not regenerating, even though he could. It's just like one of those moments of, do I want to? Like, am I done? And he literally has to meet another version of himself in order to be convinced that going on is an actual thing he wants to do.
Yeah.
It's like every other version of the Doctor is, oh God, don't let that be alone. It's gonna be horrifying.
Yeah, it's very
so destructively horrifying.
Like even before the new ones, like I would say Christopher Eccleston was probably okay being alone.
Yes.
I think he
yes,
was like
that was the
one.
Doctor that was the Doctor that was okay being alone, because he was literally trying to be alone on purpose, because that was the Doctor that went, I murdered everyone I ever knew and loved. I need to be loved.
And I think,
and you're like, okay, Christopher Eccleston's Doctor being alone makes sense.
The War Doctor, I don't think, like, I haven't read the books with him yet. But
I was gonna say, me either. I just know the episode that he was, the special that he was in, and with the special, just like, I don't think he had time to actually really think about his loneliness.
Like, I will say that they do have books with him.
And was he really alone if the vision of, with the vision of Rose just in his head most of the time?
Well, that's the thing. She only popped in his head when he stole the box.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
She wasn't just always in his head. That would have been weird. He was like always in his head, and then Christopher Eccleston meets her. Like, that would have been weirder than it was.
Christopher Eccleston meets her, and you're like, wait, does this mean that you should have? They're like, no, wait, you can't remember it because it was one of those time paradox days.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't remember, even though it's your next regeneration that meets her. It's so dumb. Oh, this gets so confusing.
Then the 8th Doctor, you don't know exactly what he's like alone. Unless you read like all the books. He has some books, so like you would have to read all of his books and all of his audio past stuff.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just going with what we were seeing on television and television, TV movies like this, which are very good. But yeah, most of the doctors horrible at being alone.
The 3rd Doctor was good at being alone. So long as being alone still meant that he was getting government resources.
I have to say, I can't call it alone, but I'm like, third doctor was more like a military person than most of the other doctors, period. So I'm like, are you really alone with a government agent? Like, you really were on the government payroll because you were stuck on Earth.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what Tom
And
Baker...
the first doctor had his child, well, grandchild.
I don't know exactly how Tom Baker would have been like without a companion, because we never saw that.
I can say Tom Baker was never alone. Honestly, a lot of them after Tom Baker I'm seeing you going, they have stints of alone time. Like, no, they literally just went from companion to companion.
And the 5th Doctor had like... Fifth Doctor had like several companions at all times.
I'm gonna say, some doctors need more companions than others. That's what I was gonna go with. What's her name? I used to know her name. What was her name? There's a female doctor.
Jodie Whittaker.
What's that?
Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker. Yeah, Jodie Whittaker. Had about 3 companions at all times.
Well, she had 3 companions for a little while, and then it dropped to 1. I think she was alone for a little while because, I forget her name, the Indian girl. He was such a really good one. It started with an R.
I don't know. Roz? No. I want to say Roz? Like, yes?
Yes. I was totally wrong.
I thought it was yes. I thought it was yes.
The R was the guy. Ryan.
But yeah. Jodie Whittaker.
So like, Yaz kind of developed a crush on the Doctor.
Yep.
And wound up leaving because she realized it was kind of an unhealthy situation for her.
Yeah, it was one-sided. It was just her. It was another. I consider another Martha situation.
Yeah.
One of those moments of, no, this ain't gonna work. Really ain't.
So, yeah, she wound up leaving, and that meant that she was kind of by herself for a little while, but honestly, she was actually not bad by herself either. She kind of went all out for protecting whoever was around her.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because I'm like, I want to say that, what's it?
I know there was at least one episode. So what?
Yeah, I want to say there's only like one episode that she was just kind of by herself, and I don't even think she was really by herself.
I think it was a couple episodes. It was There was this one episode where she was like in the Earth far future, and it was like a spa planet or a spa thing that was going on, but it was discovered that it was actually dangerous on the outside, and you didn't find out that it was
Oh,
Earth's future until like later in the episode.
all right.
But yeah, she did not have a companion during that, I don't believe. I might be wrong on that one. It's been a while since I've seen those episodes.
I would say a lot of those episodes kind of, I'll be honest, Jodie Whittaker's era kind of blends together.
Like
And I can remember that she had.
I really liked her. She was a fun doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had personality, and just she was goofy, and I really liked that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would say it was a return to goofiness because after Capaldi, you only had Goofy to go with because trying to be more serious than Capaldi would have really murdered the show.
yeah, that's fair.
But it just went grim dark. What is this? Oh,
Yeah.
Capaldi's era is already kind of dark.
When you have
Like,
an actor,
Oh, darkness.
when you have an actor who says, "I'm not gonna change my accent," and you decide to go with it, and okay, I'm not gonna get up from where I'm sitting, so I'm gonna tell you what you have to choose from based on where I'm sitting right now. Okay. I don't know if Wii games work, but I got a couple over here because I was trying to see if my Wii worked. Oh my god, chair. Why are you not rolling? You have wheels. Wow. Random things to be over here. Randomly saw those. Don't even know why I even have them in the house. I thought I got rid of all my DVDs. Alright, so for your monster that we will be playing with for like 10 minutes, you have Hancock, Push, Ready to Rumble, Revolution. Wait, is that even in the case? Oh no, that's not in the case, that's in the Wii. I'm not gonna go to the Wii. Wii Sports. Possibly Nintendo Land. I don't know if any of the Wii things will actually work. And I definitely don't
I was
know.
gonna say, let's go Hancock.
Hancock?
Hancock work.
I was gonna say I also have the
Yeah.
Suikoden games and Monster Rancher Evo. Alright, Hancock.
Yeah, let's go Hancock. But yeah, I was sitting here thinking about all the doctors like that, and I'm like, yeah, I honestly, like I said, can't remember too much about Jodie Whittaker actually being alone.
Yeah, like I said,
Then
it was just like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because it was after Yaz left. And yeah, then it was shortly before the end of her run.
Shortly before that flood stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah, then you got the 14th Doctor, which is just David Tennant again.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm like,
He's a
yeah,
little
he's
mellow.
literally
He's a little more mellow on his second run, though.
Yes, the second run is like, oh look, you're not as oh god, what the f? You're more like, okay, I'm gonna sit and chill for a little while. I'm gonna actually sit and chill and build a life. I'm like, that there you go. Make yourself normal. Come on, you can do it, Doctor. Make yourself normal. Just live on the planet like a person and stop running. And then you got 15, who in the initial thing before meeting Ruby was literally out clubbing. And you're just like,
Yeah.
you're just out clubbing like a normal person.
Alright.
You just,
There's a possibility you'll need to select a different disc because I'm apparently having some issues with it first.
I thought that one was going to be the
Hold
easy
on.
one. Like,
Hold on. Doing something different. What you doing now? There's a possibility that my PlayStation needs to be fully replaced.
fair. Is a PlayStation? Is a PlayStation what, 2 or 1?
It's a 2.
No,
This one's 2.
2. Yeah, yeah. PlayStation 2. They stopped making those so long ago. It's fair.
That's why I like
Honestly,
using
I
the
think.
emulator. Um, it seems to be stuck on this screen.
Still loading.
So like it checked the disc once and then it said insert DVD or CD. So I was like, okay. So I opened it again and then okay. Opening this tray. Okay. Okay. I don't know what may have just happened, but I think I've now got something. I don't know if it's from Hancock or if it's from Monster Rancher 4 at this point. Because I was when it seemed like it was frozen there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try putting Monster Rancher 4 back in and see what happens. That is a plant. Weird.
Interesting.
Looking plant.
All right.
It's got green polka dots on it. Like a mushroom. Well, you know what plants look like in this game.
Yeah.
What do you want to name it?
All right. All right. Let's
light green and dark green with dark green polka dots.
You know what? It looks like a mushroom, right?
Yeah.
Mellow mushroom.
Might have to just call him Mellow.
Yeah, just call it Mellow.
Alright. Yes, I will try another one. I'm gonna try, since you tried Hancock, I'll try Push.
Alright.
Opening this tray, okay? Yeah.
But yeah, after all this stuff that's happened with this version of the Doctor, I want to see if he actually goes back to the whole thing of, all right, you're supposed to be the one that came out of this the most, happy-go-lucky out of all the incarnations besides, honestly, the first David Tennant version.
Yeah, it's basically supposed to be kind of a reset. Like, I'm pretty sure that basically he's supposed to be a reset.
Yeah, he's the reset for Disney. That's what he is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I still,
Alright.
thinking about this, just going, there's 2 Doctors right now in the universe because of what they did.
The Push did not give me any trouble. It scanned it, and now we're about to find out what happened. But yeah, but yeah, it's definitely like I don't know exact. I don't think Shooty would be dangerous by himself. I think the main thing with Shooty got it. Okay, that's the exact same monster. We don't need two of the same monsters, so I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go with sweeping and fork.
Okay.
And if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna assume that there's something wrong and just
The thing is literally just stuck spinning out the same thing over and
yeah,
over again.
basically. So, so yeah, I think with this one, it's more just a, you are such a good spirit, you should not be alone type of situation.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're trying to go with the whole thing of with Shooty's doctor. They're going with you have released a lot of that weight back with the David Tennant version of yourself. Let that one deal with all that mess, and you just go do you.
Yeah. So, um,
So hopefully he isn't the kind of person that would that version of the doctor just goes F everything when he loses a companion.
I mean, thus far he's a let Ruby Sunday go. By the way, Ruby did have like
Yeah.
a small cameo in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
basically there was just like this point at the very end of the episode where it's just like all of these people were looking at the star that Joy became, and like for instance Joy's mom, her spirit. Oh, I like this one. It's a hen. It's a tiger. It's a tiger with the subspecies of a hengar. So it looks like a
Okay.
robot,
Okay.
a robo tiger.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep this one.
There you go.
So, um, so like Joy's mom, when she passed away, her spirit went into the star with Joy. So, that means that they get to actually.
Interesting.
That's the whole thing that I was saying earlier, where it's like yes and no they die, because it's like yes in the sense of their corporeal forms die, but it's sort of like that same sense like that Billy died in with during the Peter Capaldi era.
Yes, I gotta say yes.
It's like she
And
died,
I'll say,
but she also didn't die. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Those moments where you say, yes,
Hold on, hold on. You need to give your phone a second because you're breaking up. No one can understand what you're saying, so give it a sec and then try again. Go ahead and try again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Kinda. Oh my god, you cannot be serious. Okay, you know how it was saying, "Hey, I think your monster could use some company, right?"
Uh-huh.
There's a possibility the monster just died. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. It was just the cave. Like she came like the character came in and she was like crying and stuff, and I'm just like, "No, you cannot be serious. I just got two monsters for him to be able to bond with, and now he's dead. The hell, man?" No, it's the cave thing, so the whole
Okay.
exploration stuff. Okay, so we're fine, we're fine.
Got
Anyways, I'm gonna save this
that would have been
because
hilarious.
we're gonna stop around now because we had
Yeah,
decided that we were gonna do that.
yeah, that's fair.
But
That's
yeah, um, So yeah. Anyways, as for the things that I watch, Skeleton Crew, it's still the same level of decent, but I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit better at this point. Like, I was just expecting
Two
it.
more, 3 more episodes?
Because it's just, like I said, just like all, like, it would be one thing if like one or two things happened off screen, but it's like almost everything that's interesting happens off screen.
Yes. Yes. Again, I think we got spoiled with the thing of seeing child actors like Percy Jackson do stuff, and then you get to this stuff. Oh yeah, child actors. Yeah, the fact that they're just talking, being on screen is good enough.
But I mean, that's not even what I'm talking about. It's not about the actors. It's about just in general, just because like all the interesting stuff happens off screen. Like it's. Hold on, I think your phone may have gotten into like a bad spot or something, because it's like really messing up. Yeah, it's that whole thing of like, I can understand if like the children, if you're having trouble getting the exact thing that you want out of the children, but I'm talking about even like with the adults. Things, because like, I would have even been fine if it showed Jod handling things with that other war, the other army, but it didn't show that. And in all honesty, I was even still a little confused as to why would he have even known that the livestock was supposed to be with the other group? It's just it's like everything gets solved off screen. So all like anytime that there is conflict, it gets solved off screen.
Yeah.
So it just leaves this very unfulfilled taste in your mouth. So, but Shuri Gadawa is pretty and is still a good doctor. So there's that.
Did they say when the next season of Doctor Who is supposed to be coming out?
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out soon. There's trailers for it already.
Alright. I know they usually tell us after the Christmas special, like they say spring of blah or summer of blah.
Yeah. Oh, here we are. May 2025.
Thought so.
So May of next year.
Gotcha.
So hopefully you'll be able to see things by then.
Hopefully.
Anyways, I guess we will go ahead and end it for today.
Fair enough.
We'll probably wind up playing Monster Rancher for a few weeks.
Gotcha.
when it comes to today's thing, I always just like whatever I'm in the mood to play, basically. As long as it's not something that's super story oriented.
Yeah.
And you and I have already beaten this game, so I'm not super concerned about the story. I'm just all about the monster raising.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did beat Monster Rancher 4, right?
Yeah.
I know we beat 3.
Yeah.
We never completed Evo.
4. I do want to give us a shot on Evo, but I want to wait until your vision's back. I want to wait until your vision's at least at the point where you can see the screen that I can share the screen with you. I want to at least get it to that point.
But I was thinking about Evo. Like we tried doing Evo 2 to 3 times, and I don't think we ever got through.
I think one time we started getting a little closer, but then we got interrupted by, I think, a move or something. So I want to give Evo another shot because I think the last time that we tried it, we started getting a little bit farther in it and started getting more interested in it. So I think we can do Evo. Still, Monster Rancher 4 is the best one. And I know I've beaten Monster Rancher 4 like pretty hard because like I beat all of the adventure. I've beaten all the adventure stuff, and I beat the Elite 4 or the Top 4 or whatever it's called.
Okay.
You know, so like I've beaten Monster Rancher 4 pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like I think the one thing that I haven't done, and it's just because it's one of those things where it's like the only reason to do it is just to have the bragging rights that you did do it, but it's like at the same time, why would you waste so much time trying to breed every single type of monster, period? Like, there is a reason why there are so many of them, and it's not so that it's not like a Pokemon thing of gotta catch them all. It's just a find the ones that you enjoy the most.
I was gonna say, unless you let me do so much thing where you refuse to get all these things in a chain to make this ultimate oh god why thing.
So yeah, I think I do want to try Monster Rancher Evo again, but like I said, I want to wait until you can actually see the screen with me.
Got you.
So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. I hope you found our ranting interesting. And if you're gonna complain about spoilers, understand that I said spoiler warning at the very beginning of this.
And again, I just look at the title. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we ain't hiding it.
When I put this on YouTube, I'm just like all of the other times, I'm gonna put spoiler warning in the title. It's like I literally put spoiler warning in my title. Let me go ahead and look at them right quick. Because I'm pretty sure that every single episode of the Geek View, I put spoiler warning in the title. Let's see. Skeleton Crew episodes 1 through 3. Spoilers. Naruto Talk. I did not put spoilers in Naruto Talk.
You didn't need to. It's Naruto.
And Skeleton Crew.
It's not spoilers if it was more than 20 years ago.
And Skeleton Crew here was before Skeleton Crew started when we were just talking about it. Okay, I failed to put spoiler warning on Dandadan, but to be fair, we were only talking about like the first episode.
Didn't we discuss the first two, maybe?
Maybe the first two. So yeah, I will remember to put spoiler warning in the title. Oh, look at that.
At this point, I think the damn event is actually over at this point now. The season probably ended.
Yeah, I was told by my ex that the season ended. I should probably start referring to them as Ganimation instead of just saying my ex, because I feel like since we're still being friendly with each other.
It's still your ex. It's an accurate statement.
Yeah, I know.
It's an accurate, true statement.
So.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Alright. Well, hope everyone enjoyed this. We'll try and get back to being regular on Monday with this. It's just been a little bit difficult because of some crap going on with the medical system.
Yeah. That is the holiday season, so
Yeah.
schedule's gonna be spread.
But anyways, we'll probably talk about Skeleton Crew because I know another episode aired tonight. So we'll probably talk about that next week.
Alright.
At this point, I'm hoping that something interesting happens, but just as much off-screen stuff happens, I'm expecting the interesting stuff to have happened off-screen. Like, I hate to be that down on it, but it's just like, it went from having potential that could possibly be better than the Acolyte to just really not, like, I just don't have a lot of hopes for it anymore.
Only thing I can say is this thing has good lore potential.
Yeah, lore potential.
Does flesh out the world of Star Wars more.
Lore potential is very high. This is a very Chamber of Secrets series right now, where it's like,
because it's one of the few things that they never actually touched on before that you did mention is the fact of where does the actual credits come from.
Alright everyone, we'll hopefully see you guys next week unless something happens. I will be streaming on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for me not to stream on Sunday. Solar won't even be awake during that time, so if you follow Solar on social media, make sure you wish him a happy birthday on Sunday. I don't really think he pays much attention to social media stuff, but you know, I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
There you go.
See y'all later.